Welcome back, everyone. Today we're talking about compositions and what makes a good composition. So a composition is all the parts that make the whole. And a good composition is the way all those parts are assembled together. It's about their relationship. Okay, so let's take a composition of a portrait. A portrait is an assemblage of parts. You have the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the eyebrows, the ears, the neck, the hair. These are all the parts that make the composition of a portrait. But what happens when the eyes are somewhere else, or not even there, or the mouth is on the side of the head and the ear is where the mouth is, or the eyebrows are actually where the chin is? Some people would say that's a bad composition. And the reason why those people would say it's a bad composition, if they did, would be because there's an expectation about where those parts go. It's called pattern recognition. And pattern recognition is something that we all have. It's in us. We are biologically set up to recognize things, to see the pattern. Because for survival, if something's always worked a certain way, and then suddenly it doesn't, that would stand out. And if it didn't work out the way it did, that could mean danger. That could mean something's not the same as it was. Well, it works that way for compositions too. A good composition knows this, or I should say not the composition, but the creator knows that. And as the creator creating the composition, you can use that expectation to make your work stand out and shine. So what's a pattern? Well, a pattern is a repeat. It's a repetition of an operation. Okay, well, what does that mean? Well, a pattern shows evidence of a process. Okay, well, in nature, you can see it as evidence of a process of mountain ranges, glaciers, riverbeds. In biology, snakeskins, tree branches, the way flowers or plants can grow. With human behavior, patterns have become a mode of artistic expression, ornamentation of objects to give them meaning. And it's done through the repetition of a line that makes a shape, and that shape that is repeated. So how can you make your pattern in your composition shine and really stand out? How can you make your pattern reflect your words and give meaning to your object? Well, there's 7 design principles that are sort of golden rules that you can look at, lean on when creating compositions. Most of you will already have recognized a lot of these. You'll see it regularly. There'll be certain ones that you'll probably really already be drawn to. And you might be like, wow, I like that. That's something I want. I want it. That's it. That's what I want to put on my object. So I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna say the name, and I'm gonna show you examples of it. And we can talk about this in class. at greater length. So the first one is called proportion. Scale. Balance. Harmony. Unity and variety. Rhythm. And emphasis. Now, the thing about emphasis is emphasis works really well with color. That shock of color. And that's something that we need to talk about too, is the role of color in your piece. So color is just one more piece to your composition. And it's a powerful piece. It can bring a lot of attention. So it's important for you to choose color or colors that enhance and strengthen your pattern and your composition, so that whatever meaning you're trying to share with all of us, we'll be able to get it a little bit. Maybe we won't get it exactly. Maybe we won't be able to say, to pick all the right words. But we'll be able to feel it. We'll be able to sense it. And that's one thing that color can really do. But it also can really distract and take away as well. So again, remember, color is one piece to your composition, and your composition is a bunch of pieces. And a good composition has to do with the relationship of all those pieces together. Okay, so now you guys have the golden rules, the 7 design principles that are like the golden rules, but just know those aren't rules. They are wonderful references for you to go back to identify, and to see like what it is you like and don't like, what you think might work for what you're trying to get across. They might help you when you're feeling like, I don't know how I want to put this together. Well, you can use perhaps one of those 7 as a guide. And then you might be like, oh, I like it, but what if I did this to it? Use them as a guide. I want to talk about how important it is for this to have meaning to you. For this to be something that resonates with what you want and what you feel good about. Don't create objects that you've seen before. It's easy to do, it's comfortable, it's safe. But that's not what this is about. This isn't about being safe. This is about creating something that is different, and that every choice you made felt right for you. It felt good to you. This isn't about creating something that looks just like a dragon or a snake. This is about creating something that reflects you, because these are self-portraits in a way. Every choice you're making is based on your words. to the lines and the shapes that you're forming that are going to inform the shape and form of your creatures. So throw what you know out the window and create based on what's inside. As corny as that might sound. Because that's where the best creations come from. All right, you guys. I'll see you in class.